Hello and welcome back to the Gaming Guild. Alex here today, playing some more V Rising. Last time we were playing, started hunting around a little bit, looking for some materials. Got grinder set up, so that's been giving me some stone bricks. I'm going to need those to start building my castle. I don't have too much stone right now, so I'm going to kind of focus on getting some more stone today, and as hopefully hunt the first few bosses that we have. Just checking my blood tracker here. We have 3 bosses that I'm in the right level range to be fighting. Rufus is nice and close. We pointed him out in the last game. Keely, the Frost Archer, she's a little far away. This isn't the Chaos Archer, Lydia, that we've been seeing around. Keely is a bit further away and kind of centralized to one location. And then Errol, the Stonebreaker, he's also pretty close, just on the other side of my castle. And actually is where the copper mine is. So I will be going and dealing with him here pretty soon and collecting a bunch of copper in the process. The nice thing with V Rising is all of my devices, different equipment, will continue to run even when I'm not here, as long as I have materials in them. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of extra wood or cobblestone or anything to throw in there. But what we do have, we can just get going on. Do a little bit of harvesting while I'm up here. It's also daytime, so I'm a little hesitant to just start running down the road. Any patches without shade, it's going to be a little tricky for me to fight a boss. Now this sulfur will be useful later, but for right now I can't do anything with it. It says that can be refined at the furnace, but if we go over to our furnace, oh, actually I can refine it. Never mind. This game is turning me into a liar. So we'll just go ahead and throw this sulfur in here for now. Later on when we have the forge floor, this will be a lot cheaper of a recipe, but for now it doesn't hurt to get some going. I'll leave that sulfur for later. And then as I'm moving here, I'm just trying to stick to the shadows wherever possible. I try to avoid that sunlight damage. Right, so this is the copper mine. Ooh, 50% warrior. It's actually decent. Alright, that went as badly as I could expect it to. I'm at about half health right now. The worst part about that is it does burn through my blood a little bit faster than I'd have liked. fish. I don't know. What kind of fish is that? Twilight snapper. Interesting. I know with fish you can press them to get oil. Oil is a component that can be used for a few different things. Other than that, I don't know of any use for fish. Maybe they have some endgame stuff or just some future stuff planned for other releases. Just checking this area for some chests before I go inside the mines. There's a few different entrances, as you see on my map here, or a couple different entrances into the mine shaft, so I could have already gone in there, just taking a look around. Don't see anything over there, so I'll just kind of slip in through here. That was the wrong button. I was trying to use my area of effect attack, and it went into build mode instead, which kind of sucks. Just go back to the castle. One of the things that dying does, it turns my blood back to frail, which means I don't get any blood abilities. I also dropped all of my stuff, which I do have some of my starting, or not even starting, recently acquired copper ingots, planks, some stone bricks and such. And I do want all of those back. So we're just going to head back in there and try to get those again. And this time we'll actually be looking for a new blood to harvest so I can get my power back up. %, rogue isn't going to be very good. Just slightly increases my critical strike chance. So I'll just be on the lookout for some better stuff. Rogue 6%. It's not even really worth trying to get. Unless they make it easy for me. Pick up all of my equipment. So everything does perfectly drop, so got all my stuff back. And yeah, this is the copper mines. Up here, actually the whole area just has tons of these copper pillars. It's a little time consuming to sit there and break them down, but it's part of the game. Kill that worker.
Leave me alone!
Let's see. Sometimes we'll get lucky and one of these workers will just have a pretty high amount of percentage to them. 7%.
Look out! I don't want to fight!
The boss is down here, Errol the Stonebreaker. He's not too difficult of a fight, though I could get pretty overwhelmed pretty fast. Oh, I'm not having... Ooh, there's one. I missed that there was these guys here, but it's not too bad. Then I want to be careful of the boss for a second, because just that little bit of time that it takes for me to absorb this guy's blood, he could get quite a few hits in, and I really don't want that going into this fight. Let's see if I can just do just enough to pull him without killing him.
Someone help!
Okay,
Guards!
perfect. Alright, 50% worker. This is actually very nice right now. So I get about, if it's 10 to 30 range, I think that's about 20% increased resource yield, increased damage against resource objects. So really that just means I'm going to get more copper out of all of these copper veins. Almost 100 copper ore just from one pillar, which is, you know, better than the 85 that we were getting before. Later on in the game, you can get prisoners that you keep at your castle, just different people that you've collected. And one of the ideal things to do is get some people that were 100% blood type, and then once they're captured, you can just gain their blood type whenever you need some fresh blood. So having a couple 100% sitting at your castle is pretty handy, because it's just like, oh, I want to go collect resources today. Let me find the worker, suck his blood, become 100% worker blood type, and then you get all those bonuses. And then you want to go fight a boss, and you can grab a different one. I think now it's time for the boss. I'll start by pulling this guy here. The less workers that are just around to get in my way, the better.
You're lively for a corpse. Bet you smash up all the same.
So he has a few good attacks. The one he uses a lot is kind of this delayed chaos burst. He also has the spin attack that he does. Again, because his chaos attacks are delayed, they're pretty safe. It's mostly his melee attacks that I want to watch out for. And luckily, anyone that he summons just immediately dies once he's down. So I don't even have to really worry too much about people surrounding me for this final blood sucking. These other workers weren't summoned though, they're just here, so I still have to deal with them. So yeah, that was one of our boss fights. Errol the Stonebreaker gives us a better chest, and gives us a really cool spell. So I'll switch over to that. I like it better than that counter area of effect spell around me, because this one does exactly what his attack did. One of the things I picked up was this miner's mace. It's 2 levels lower, but oops, it gives even more. Let's see. I think it's a little bit less than my copper mace. Maybe if I was still using that reinforced bone mace, I'd switch to the miner's mace, but right now this is doing a little bit better damage and a little bit better resource gathering. That up. Have to be a little careful on leaving now, as it is daytime. Nicely. Oh, I left this on all night. Oh well. It's nice having it on when I get back. That's everything for that. Put more stone in there, pick up what I do got. It's actually a pretty good amount there. Alright, time to start building. If I had blueprints for it. So, my next quest is to upgrade the Castle Heart. I'm going to need 12 copper ingots and 12 leather. Just to check my leather, I have 4. It's going to be pretty hard to get those as drops. So instead, I need to make a tanning bench. Basically, it just turns rugged hide into leather. But to do so, I'm going to have to go after Keely. She has the recipe for the tannery and how to make leather. Also, a recipe for the Traveler's Wrap. It's a piece of equipment that we can wear. It's like a cloak, and it will just kind of help give us a little bit of sun protection. So we'll put hers next. As soon as it's nighttime, we'll run over to where she usually spawns and fight her there. In the meantime, I'm just gonna chop down some trees. Now if you see up in my quest, I actually have the Tracking the Blood of Keely the Frost Archer. This will tell me the distance that she is, so in this case far away. It will also say that I can sense my prey in the distance. I don't really know for sure. Every time I've played this, I've had a pretty quiet server, not a lot of extra people on. But I imagine if somebody that's not in my clan went and hunted her down, that would just say that my prey is not around or something like that, because they were recently killed. That going. So we are heading over here. It's this camp right here is where Keely likes to hang out. So we'll just be jumping over here, running back up, and crossing this bridge here. This little intersection here has wolves, skeletons, and bandits all kind of hanging out in the same area. So usually anytime that I pass by, there's some good drops left behind. Just double checking some of these workers as I pass by. I doubt I'll find something better than 50% right now, but it's 43. But it's always possible. Even early on, it's not unheard of to just come across 100% blood. They will generally be better the further north you go in the game, just because that's a harder area. So I'm getting closer to Keely, although that's pretty relative. Because I'm already in the Farbane Woods, it's not hard to be close to her geographically. I think imminent is the closer description of when I'm basically in her spawn area. Grab a little more copper as I'm running by. Plant. Alright. Very close. So, this is a bandit trapper camp. They have a few animals here, so I could unleash a bear or a wolf. Wouldn't really be to my advantage if I was able to just sneak away really fast. They might fight the bandits here, but there's just so many bandits that they'd pretty quickly deal with the animal. Keely's right there. I just want to be at full health before we get started. And I'll grab her on the next loop. I prefer to get her without these other guys in the area. Ideally. Where are you going, Keely? Alright, I'll go ahead and deal with these guys now then. Come on. Let's poke in here. Sometimes there's a guy in here. Yep. Keely's coming back. Good. He's staying back there. And I just want to pull Keely to stay on this side.
No mercy here.
Now, as her name implies, she's an archer that uses ice. She'll telegraph her attacks a bit, so I'll use that to my advantage wherever I can.
Freeze.
Just stay right where I was.
This cold
Nice.
is
Didn't get hit once. She's also good practice for Lydia, the Chaos Archer. They have very similar tactics. And then since I'm here, I just want to loot the rest of this camp. It's a pretty big sized camp, so there's usually a couple chests in here. Hopefully there's a chest somewhere around here. There's one. Nothing good. Ideally, as I'm here, I'd find at least one book, maybe two, of just some recipes. There's not too much of a reason to come back here later on, other than trying to find these books. Yeah, Keely's done. I still have Rufus, but he's pretty close by. She also gave me a new spell, Frostbat. Not really my playstyle. I do tend towards using Chaos Magic. Darn a few leather. Let's just check these really quick. No books. Probably have to come make one stop by here later, just to see if I can find anything. Let's see. Ooh, if I only had one more cloth, I could start making the Traveler's Wrap now. Oh, these guys are really high level. That explains a lot. I am literally at 0 hit points. That's okay. I really have no idea how I survived there. If you notice above my health, or above me where my health is, there's like a solid, or the blue part, and then there's like a darker grayed out section, the lighter grayed out section. A lot of that has to do with like how much I can heal through like healing items and things like that. Militia longbow. So I wonder, they're at 39. So let's go and just eat them. Moopsie! I drink their blood. 39% rogue, not too bad. The critical strike chance, I don't care too much, but at this high of a blood percentage, I do get a little bit of bonus to movement speed, which is just nice for traveling. I do have an ability where I can turn into a wolf. I got it for fighting the alpha wolf, but it does consume my blood a little bit faster, so I tend to not use it too much. Hey, I got another piece of cloth, so I can make the Traveler's Wrap. Alright, the stone golem's still here. Just chilling. you turn back on. Give it a second to activate. Alright, and time to start filling my resources. So, I didn't pick up any stone. I'll go ahead and grab the bricks out of this thing. Throw bones in there for now. Drop my copper. Put a little bit of wood I picked up. Let's see. We want to build a tannery. Some planks and some rugged hide. All stuff we can afford right now. Just throw that down there, and okay, have that going. Hopefully it won't take too long. Don't you just love when you hit take all? Let's see. Just throw you in there. Throw my potions in here. Hold on to my leather for now because I'm about to use it. Let's see. I need 12, so 3 more pieces of leather and I'll be able to upgrade the castle heart. And the quest reward is that it unlocks the foundations and walls for the castle. So then I should be able to start building. Alright, that's 12. 12 leather, 12 copper ingots. Upgrade to castle heart level 2.
Yet another accomplishment.
So now I have actual castle flooring as well as walls. So my next quest is actually just to build an area with walls, and we'll just kind of completely encase my base. There's that, and then let's see, place a door. Fun part, fitting everything in. Oh, still doesn't like it. So, let's put these out here. Also, since a recent update, they made it so you can actually place your devices outside of like claimed terrain, which is pretty nice. That one, those. Stick you up there, keep you inside. I think I have just enough to do that, and that. Alright, and so in an area with castle floors and castle walls, is it completely sealed in? And we'll give it a roof.
An achievement, to be
So
sure.
now I actually don't need this Mist Brazier because I'm inside. I could still step outside and the suns can be a problem. Probably put this over here just so that if I need it I can give myself some fog in this area here. But now I actually have an official castle. It's pretty tiny and pathetic, but hey, it's home. At this point, probably just plan on hunting Rufus next. Get a woodworking bench, which Doesn't do me a whole lot of good, but it just kind of unlocks another person for me. And then I'll start working on moving up the ladder. But that's going to do me for this episode. Thank you for watching. Join me in the next adventure. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.